Good morning and welcome to yet another vlog. As you can see, I'm sitting in my car. There is ice all over my windshield. Silly me, I did not pay attention to the temperature to realize I needed to come out early and warm up my car. Hi friends, what is today? Oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. I just walked in the door from work. I thought I would go ahead and share with you all what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my Free People sweater. I just absolutely love the sweater. I got this a couple years ago, maybe like 3 years ago now. I've had it for quite a while. I love it. I absolutely love it. I spent over $100 on the sweater, which at the time I thought, am I losing my mind? But it was actually more expensive. I think it was more or less like close to 200. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But I remember I got a really good deal at like 100. Oh my gosh, like that sounds insane for me to say it. But this year I managed to wear the sweater more than I've ever worn it before. That is because it's been cold here and it's cold again today. It was cold yesterday, it's cold today. I'm tired of the cold, I'm not gonna lie. I actually just realized I'm like Free Peopled out today. I am wearing, this is a Free People dress that I got, I think last summer, I believe. It is a long sleeve. I think they kind of show it as more or less something that you wear to the beach, but you know me, I'm gonna make things work how I need them to work. And that's the thing about fashion. It's not necessarily that you have to follow any specific trend or pattern or whatever you see in a magazine. You can see it in the magazine, but then you do your own twist to it. And that's usually what I tend to do. What I did was I just do it on today with some brown tights because it is very cold. And I actually had on a pair of my boots, which I guess I'll show you my boots. These are the boots that I wore today. They zip up on the side. They have this little crisscross thing going in the back of them with gold highlights. These boots are so old, so old. I don't even remember where I got them from. There's a part of me that think I got them from TJ Maxx a long time ago, but they've held up. They are starting to get a little bit worn here, but you don't see that. It's all good for me. You might notice that I am using a mic today again, but I have a different mic. I ordered myself a new mic from Amazon. It came in today. I ordered it last night and it had a coupon on it, so I got it for like 20 bucks. The one that I had been using, I think I spent about 40 some dollars on that mic, and I've discovered that one of the mics do not work, which if James and I are going to do chat videos, I do want to be able to use the mic. We're going to be testing this one out. I am going to highly test it out over the next, I say 20 days, so that if it doesn't work at the end of 30 days, or I feel like I'm not happy with it, I will return it. It got really good reviews. There's a part of me that feel like I'm going to be okay with this one. I think I went with, when I was looking at the mics before, I liked the fact that it had the little case, and I kind of went with the fact that, oh, this one's more expensive, maybe it's going to do better. Fact about that is it's not always true. But yes, anyway, just to re-innovate what I'm wearing today, and I am in my little slippers because you know I do take my shoes off when I come inside my home. I'm in my little slippers, and these are the slippers that I got from Target. I got these right before Christmas. I absolutely love these. In fact, I want to look into getting another pair. Of course, I talked about express scarves. This is another express scarf. We don't need to go over that anymore. And then the earrings that I'm wearing, don't really remember where I got these from. I have so much jewelry that I've had for so many years. And I feel bad when people ask me, oh, where'd you get this piece? Where'd you get that piece? Unfortunately, this channel is not going to be one of those channels that I can say, oh, I just bought this here or I just bought that there, because I haven't bought jewelry per se in quite a while. I have so much that I'm just trying to love the pieces that I have. And everything that I have, pretty much I've had for a very long time, unless I get gifted from friends or for holidays or birthdays. Anyway, just got home from work. I am all alone, which we're going to sit down and chat about that here in a little bit. I want to talk to you a little bit about me actually being home alone and why I'm home alone. I indicated that in the last video that I did, which was me on Saturday. Hopefully that is going to be up by the time you see this video, because I do plan to edit that tonight and get her up. I've got a lot to do tonight because this is actually my last night alone. Very chatty today, and I'm not in my car, so that's even better. I am in my bedroom. I am in my bedroom and look behind me. It's like just be in my pillows. In the other room, there is no noise. There is no music playing. Listen, I don't hear it. I don't hear any music playing. The house is quiet. I decided that tonight I would just have a little chat with you all while I'm in the comfort of my bed. I'm at a level of peace right now that nothing can steal my joy. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but James isn't here. James is actually in San Antonio. He had to fly out on Saturday and he does come back tomorrow. Because he flew out on Saturday, that is why this girl was out and about on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, dressed and out hanging out in those streets on Saturday. I took him to the airport and I thought, you know what? Since I had to take him to the airport, I might as well make a little day out of it. And I was very proud of myself, by the way, very proud of myself. The funny thing is that when I dropped him off at the airport, I really contemplated back and forth on if I wanted to just come back home and be at home all weekend and not leave the house, or since I was out and about, to actually literally go out and about, because I don't really get out as much here. Still figure my way around. I still don't know that I enjoy Myrtle Beach the way I should, I guess, or what the way I feel like I should, I guess. I think I just miss the comfort of San Antonio, of the stores and the places that I would go there. And I haven't made that true transition here yet. I don't have the desire to go out as much. When I did decide to go and hang out on Saturday and I had a blast, I realized that I do really need to do this more, because it is important that I get out and enjoy myself at Myrtle Beach, because my time is limited here. It's not like I'm going to be here forever, and I need to embrace it, which I feel like I do, but I need to embrace it a little bit more. I need to embrace the stores, and I need to take you all on some of my little shopping sprees that I do want to go on. At the same time, when I walk back through those doors on Saturday, coming into our home, the peace that I felt. Now, I will say that even when James, I kissed him goodbye and he walked away, and I knew that for the next few days I would be home alone and I would be able to enjoy my time here in the house. I felt a certain kind of peace, right? Like I felt this peace of I'm alone. Coming back into the house on Saturday after being out and about, there was a different kind of peace that I felt. So the key word here that I want to share with you all is peace. And I think for some people, they don't really understand that what peace means to one may not mean the same to another. And it's possible to have peace away from your partner and a peace that you have when you're with your partner. And if you have, or you say, I need my peace, or I want my peace, or I'm enjoying my peace, you are not enjoying that peace with your partner, it doesn't mean anything bad necessarily. I know from my husband, he has a hard time hearing me say, I want my peace. I'm not giving up my peace. I need my peace. Those are words that I say a lot. And it's funny because I think, well, I know when I say those words to him, he feels some type of way about it, because he's thinking that I'm saying that I can't have peace with him. Now, there was a time when I didn't have peace with him, but right now we're going to talk about the having peace with your partner and having a separate kind of peace without your partner. And that those things are okay. It's normal. It's a normal part of life. Adjusting to moving here, I lost a certain amount of my peace, because the peace that I had was part of the comfort of being in a city that I knew, being in an apartment that I loved, being in my space that I created the way that I wanted it to be. So I had to give up that peace to come here to Myrtle Beach, to be in a one-bedroom apartment, living literally under him. So there was a peace factor that was missing there. Okay, we just had to have a little brief intermission. My light went out, and I'm using my little clip-on light because, of course, I have lighting issues in this room. I do have my new lamp on, by the way. I bought the three-way bulbs from Amazon, but I feel like I need them to be brighter. I don't feel like I'm getting enough light in here. But anyway, got my guasha, my face, getting a little bit more snugly comfortable while I was waiting on my light to charge up. I worked on editing some more, message with a friend for a few minutes. I'm actually starting to really get a little sleepy right now because we're hitting into or slightly passing up my bedtime. We're going to continue on with our discussion about peace. I think I left off talking about when I moved here, I gave up a certain amount of peace when I moved here. I had to leave behind my comfort level and come here where I was totally uncomfortable. But then I also had to get readjusted to being with my husband because we had virtually spent 3 years apart. Not that we didn't see each other in the 3 years, definitely a transition period to where I had to learn to have a new kind of peace. I think whenever I would talk about missing my peace, because I did, I miss my peace. I miss being alone. I was making him feel some type of way because he felt like, because when I would say things like, I'm missing my peace, I need my peace, I got to have my peace back, I don't want to lose my peace, he was taking it as a personal attack on him. But it really wasn't. I missed my peace, and it was a different kind of peace. There was a peace that I had with him, and I did let him know that. I mean, I did talk to him about it. So don't come for me thinking that I was just cruel. We did talk about it. I did talk about it to him, but we used the word peace in different ways. He had to pretty much come to like a meeting of the minds about the word peace. He doesn't value peace in the way that I value it. We want to share a small portion of what my life was like when we had our house. We bought our home about 6 to 9 months after we were married. To the first year of your marriage, you should be in honeymoon phase and all the things. You're just loving on each other. And we were not in a honeymoon phase. In fact, I don't know how our marriage survived the first year. I think I shared with you all when we did the live, we talked about how I was not in any hurry to get married. And James convinced me, if you will. And the reason I wasn't in any hurry to get married, not that I wanted to have this grand single life, because I was never that person. But I also wanted to make sure that if I ever got married again, that I didn't want to end up in another divorce. I wanted the true sanctity of marriage. Needless to say, we worked through things. Obviously, we are here now. We saw our counselor at our pastor who did counseling at our church. We went through quite a few things. That wasn't the end of our rocky stages. We had several other moments of where we just were not together. But I did learn. And it's funny because I don't think I really realized it until after the fact. What I didn't realize is that through all the things that were going on, the years that we were in the house, how much, I want to say miserable, and that sounds very harsh, how much misery I was in inside the home. There was no peace for me inside that home. I didn't feel like I belonged. I felt like that house had demons in it. I would wake up on a Saturday morning, per se, and I would say, okay, today I'm going to paint. I'm going to rearrange the furniture. I'm going to go buy a new picture for the wall. I'm going to do all these things. Happiness would basically last for a day or two. And then I felt myself drifting back into this space. I look around and I think, I don't like it here. I don't like this house. And that was a thing that we argued about a lot because James loved the house. He loved everything about our house. And when people would come over, they would say things like, you guys have such a beautiful home. And he would always say to me, why don't you like this house? People love our home. They say we have a beautiful home. But what he wasn't understanding, and I don't know that I even understood it myself. Like I said, it was until I moved out that I realized just how bad of a space I was in while inside that home. I would try to explain to him,
To other people on the outside looking in, it was a beautiful space. But me inside that space, I didn't have the peace that I needed. But I didn't know at the time to put the word to it as calling it peace. I just knew that I didn't like the house. We'll never forget the day that he called and said, the housing market is in a good place right now. I'm enjoying traveling. I love Myrtle Beach. I think I want to stay here for a while. Let's sell the house. I stood there in the middle of Florida. I felt such a joy. I was like, music to my ears. How fast can we sell it? And I remember when that for sale sign went up in our front yard, and I thought, oh God, thank you, Jesus. I'm finally getting out of here. I'm finally getting out of here. The day that I drove away from that house, I never looked back. As I was driving away from that house, there was a certain feeling that came over me, and it was a feeling of peace. I felt a peace like I had never felt before, or at least in a very long time. And moving into my apartment, I realized when I could not wait to get off work to come home, I realized that when the weekends would come, I would be so content literally staying in the house from Friday until Sunday, just enjoying my space and rearranging, but in a different way because I was putting together this home and this space, putting my touches on everything. And I don't know, it was just, I remember when I thought, wow, this is crazy how good I feel right now. Like, this is amazing to me. I don't know when the last time I felt this good. And that's when, being in that house, I realized again the word peace came to play. The things that would happen when I was at the house. Now, mind you, James worked mostly on the weekends, and for a while he was with a traveling company. So he would be gone on weekends. Like, he would leave on a Thursday, and I wouldn't see him again until Monday. You would think that I would enjoy that space or that time being by myself in the house and I could just relax, but I couldn't. The house just irritated me so bad. Like, there was just no peace in that house. And so I would find any and everything that I could do. On a Saturday morning, I would want to be gone all day with my girlfriends or whatever. Like, I needed to be out. I couldn't sleep in. I couldn't wake up in the mornings and have my coffee the way I do now. There was just no peace. I didn't know then what it was, but I realized after the fact, again, like, it's all started to make sense to me. I wasn't ever going to be comfortable in that house. That house never brought me peace. We would never be where we needed to be inside of that home. There were too many demons in that house, too much bad mojo. He did see the difference in me. He saw how happy I was when we walked away from that house. That's where we started to really sit down and talk. And he heard me for the first time. And I think at that point, he started to understand what I was saying about peace. It's just that when I moved here, I think he was just worried that that I thought I was losing my peace the same way I was losing it in the house. But it wasn't that. I was losing my peace because I was leaving behind the space that I had worked so hard to build. And it took me a while to let that place go. And I still miss it. I don't I don't think I'll ever not miss it. I loved my apartment. I loved what I did to my apartment. In conclusion, I sit here tonight and I am in a peaceful place. I feel very relaxed, and I have this peace about me of being by myself. As much as I enjoy my time with him, I equally enjoy my time alone. I enjoy having the opportunity to just have the space, because he is very, very overwhelming when he is in the house. I know that come tomorrow, the peace that I'm feeling here right now, I won't feel, but I'll feel a different kind of peace because I'll feel the peace of my husband being back home. Just want to remind you before I go that I don't know where you are in your relationships. I don't know where you are in your own personal life. You may not even be married or in a relationship. You may just be a single woman living alone or a single man living alone, and you are in quest to find your peace. We all have different levels of peace, and we have to find and nurture whatever peace we need. And we have to respect others when they speak of their peace. We can also have a peace when we come in the presence of our partners. Everybody needs their peace in their own way. Made it this far and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so now. Turn on your notification. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you are a returning subscriber, you already know the love I feel for you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.